Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. It's been a little while again since I've done a video. Life's been a little crazy. My kids started softball this year, so I don't know how moms that have more than one kid in sports do it. Like with a practice and 2 games every night or every week. It gets a little busy around here, like with other meetings and obligations that both me and my husband have. It feels like we are just going every single night of the week, but hopefully after tournament next week, things are gonna slow down. So anyway, I wanted to pop on and do a quick video of my current planner system. It is the beginning of July, and this is around the time that things go back to the original plan for the year, and that is no different this year. So if you guys go back to my first video, you'll see that I was going to plan in a B6 Stalogy. I had it all set up. I had everything ready to go when I saw the Wonderland 222, and I bought that and I used that for a while. Then I went to an A6 for dailies. Then I think I went back to the B6. Then I got the Hobonichi weeks, and now I am back in a B6 size Stalogy. This one's a little bit different because we'll flip through this, but and you're not going to be able to see it probably on this video. This was actually an A5 Stalogy that I ordered that I had cut down. It's a half year, but what I really wanted was the smaller grid, mainly just to try it out because I really like the small grid and the weeks. That really worked for me, but I just needed more real estate than the weeks was able to give me. I needed more room to write notes and lists and things like that for the week. So we're gonna try this, and this is really working well for me right now, and I know I've said that about every other planner that I've used this year, but I feel like this one's gonna stick. So keep your fingers crossed for me that I don't have to spend any more money this year. I don't know what it is. Like, I feel like before I spent a lot of time on Instagram looking at other planners and kind of knowing what was out there, I always made whatever planner I had work. I was never this fickle about planners. But this year I just am, and I don't know what it is, but I feel like I've kind of gotten in a groove the past couple of weeks with this. So let's dive in. So I am in a hand-stitched leather tea cover. I bought this secondhand from Oh So Chic Plans, and it's beautiful. I love it. The leather is awesome. I believe the color is tobacco, so I've had a couple of questions about that, and I think that's the color. She never told me, but it looks like the color that's online. So when you open this up, I don't have this like decorated, very pretty or anything like that. It's purely functional for me. I keep some stickers in here that I use, a lot of Sweet Caress design stickers. My COVID vaccination card, just in case I should ever need it. Some Instagram ideas, and I have some Post-its in here from Sierra over at SM Plans. These are actually, I think, 2 years old, and I have like hoarded them. I never wanted to use them because they're so pretty, but lately I have been using them. And you'll be able to see in here how I use them for my meal plans. These, a peek at the week, I found just last week at Target, and this, I was kind of looking for something to do with my weeklies because I really like a weekly overview, but I didn't really want to use a whole page. And I found these at like the perfect time. They're stickies, they're perfect. I can stick the current week right in the front, and see, what's going on this week. So yeah, and then like when I'm done with that week, I can just toss it and put the next week on there. So when you open this up, I'm gonna put a contact card here. I just haven't gotten around to it. This is a piece of vellum that I printed and stuck in with some washi. And then here's my index. I plan on doing like 2 columns on each page, so given that this is a half year, this should be plenty of room for my index. Then I have my bills page. I'm gonna do, usually, I guess what I do is I just mark down like whether it's been paid or not. I just put like a dot or a check mark or something like that, and I'll have the months all the way across for a whole year. Since I only plan on getting 3 months out of this book, I wrote down, and this is not set in stone because it's in pencil obviously, but the names of the month, and then I'm gonna put the amount of whatever bill is that month. That way I can keep better track of what we're actually spending. A lot of our bills don't change that much month to month, so I never really tracked it before, but our water bill it doubled from June to July, and so I'm gonna first call them and figure that out because that's weird, but I'm just gonna keep better track that way. There's nothing, slipping by that shouldn't be. Then I have books. These are just the books that I've started and finished in July. In my past Stalogy, I have other books that I finished. This spread is actually my passwords spread. I keep my passwords on sticky notes, but for the purpose of this video, I took them all out. So a lot of people probably don't keep their passwords in their planner because they take it with them most places. I do take my planner most places, but I always have it in my purse or with me, or like it's never really anywhere that I'm not. So I don't worry about anybody getting my passwords, and if they do, I hope they pay my bills for me. So subscribers, I have just my different social media channels and kind of what I have. I don't normally track that, but I just thought it would be good to keep in here. Content ideas, and then we jump into my monthlies. So I really want to keep it simple in this. Like I said before, I have so much stuff going on between my obligations, my husband Greg's obligations. He's assistant chief of the fire department, the volunteer fire department, besides running our auto body business. I have a photography business besides my day job. Reagan's in softball. She'll be starting school pretty soon, so I just never imagined that we would be this busy. So having a simple planner where I can keep all of our stuff straight is hopefully, gonna work. This monthly I actually just Googled and printed out, and it fits right in here. These I am going to use for timed events or appointments or anything that has to be done on a specific day. So you'll see like fire board meeting. We had the day off on the 5th. Most people did, I think. Any games that Reagan has, meetings, shoots, what else? Parties, races. My husband helps with a local racing association, so all that kind of stuff is going to go on my monthly. Then I have my goals and tasks for the month. If you've watched my past videos, you'll know that like I've kind of transitioned from a goals mindset to a roles mindset. So like things like I'm a mother, I'm an employee, I'm a wife, I'm a friend, things like that. Those are the kind of things that I want to keep track of and what I'm doing to help nurture those parts of my life that I want to stay healthy. So these goals are purely just to transition back to those roles. I should probably call them something besides goals, because in my brain, like, goals triggers like a to-do list. So anyway, tasks that need to get done this month. I'm sure I have a few more I need to fill in. Any Facebook ideas that I have for my photography business will go here. I have more on sticky notes around the house, actually in my office, but I just haven't got them on the list yet. And then a clothes tracker. I've seen this on a few different YouTube videos, and I always, like, I never really understood it. I was like, why would they track their clothes or what they wear? Or I've seen some women actually take pictures of their outfits every day, and I didn't understand it. But now that I am back in the office and I'm actually in a different job than I had pre-COVID, where we don't have a uniform, like, we're, you know, business casual dress. It's a very professional setting, and, like, you want to look nice. So I did start tracking my clothes, because in my brain I have so many things that this is just one less thing that I have to worry about, wearing, like, the same outfit on a Friday and then again on a Monday. Like, I could see myself doing that. So hopefully this is going to help, and it will also help me figure out what my favorite outfits are. That way I can kind of, I don't know what the word is, not duplicate, but, like, kind of go off of that when I go to buy new clothes, so that I can buy things that I know are comfortable and will wear regularly. And then I go into my dailies. So the first day that I used this was actually July 4th. I keep my timed appointments or things at the very top. I usually leave about 3 to 4 lines for those, and then underneath that I start my to-do list. I don't do my to-do list in any particular order. It's just kind of however the things come to my brain, that's how they get written down. Up here, these are for what I drink that day. I tend to drink a lot of Dr. Pepper, and I know I shouldn't do that. So I track it, and the past few weeks, I really need to get better at my water intake again. I used to drink water, like, all day, every day, like 1 pop a day, maybe. And I've kind of gotten off track with that. So hopefully keeping track and looking at it, and knowing how I feel, is going to help with that. These weekly trackers right here, I printed on, let me see, transparent sticky notes that I got at Office Max. These, I believe, they're from Peanuts Planner Co. They're one of her freebie printables. So I keep track of, like, my vitamins, workouts, Instagram posts that I do, anything like that. Obviously, the working out did not happen this week. I should be better about that, but we'll get there. So this, I normally leave these on a Monday. The tracker I start on a Monday, but this was an off week. So here I started it. Here's my tracker for the week. My meals, this is one of those sticky notes from SM Plans that I mentioned earlier that I keep my meals on. And then it kind of just is the same. I do, like, make lists or notes or anything like that on my dailies, because with the smaller grid I can fit more on a B6 page than I could with the actual B6 Stalogy grid. I think it's 5 millimeters and these are 4, so it might not seem like much, but it adds up. Here I did some journaling about one of my daughter's baseball games where she got shoved down by a kid who was then high-fived by the coach for shoving her down, and I was not very happy about it. And let's just hope that we don't have to play that team during the tournament this week, because I can't guarantee that I won't make a scene. I'm normally pretty laid back, and that really left a bad taste in my mouth. So anyway, so my dailies pretty much will look the same. I know a lot of people use keys, and they'll check off their to-dos as they do them. And I did that in my previous Stalogy. Highlighting them or crossing them off just works better for my brain. I think the visual of just seeing them as a different color, it just works better for me. This washi is from Michaels. It's a 3-pack that went with this washi, and I might not have used the third one. Yeah, I must not have. Let's see. Today is Saturday, so this was yesterday. I didn't do any journaling, but I did manage to get a lot done during the day because we are back at the office. I'm back full-time. A lot of our girls and guys that work in my department are only like half-time because we don't have enough space. So when I went to go to work yesterday, I had a flat tire, so I ended up having to work from home, which, I mean, sometimes it's kind of nice to work from home when you're back in the office. So, and then I'm a big believer in sticky notes. Anything that may need to get moved goes on a sticky tab like this. Like tonight, I'm supposed to have a photo shoot with Heather and Logan for their engagement. Given that it's cloudy skies and it may rain, I'm glad that I put this on a sticky note because the chance that it gets rescheduled is pretty high. So we'll see. And then here are my meals for next week that I have not filled out, obviously. And then here's one of those weekly overviews. These weekly overviews will go on my Mondays until it's that actual week, and then they will go in the front of my Stalogy. So it's just a quick and easy glance at what appointments and obligations that I have that are not to-dos. So that's about it. Like, it's pretty much the same through the entire Stalogy. I have my monthlies, my goals and tasks will go here, and then same thing. So given that I have the sticky notes for my weeklies, it saves me a page, 4 pages essentially every month. So I actually have a lot of notes pages, like more than I thought that I would have in a half-year Stalogy. So I'm pretty happy about that. I use a lot of sticky notes at work and at home too, I guess, to write down things, and then instead of like duplicating them on the page in my Stalogy, I just stick them wherever. Because then when I'm done with that, like, this is my Halloween costume plan. So when I'm done with this, or I get everything on this list, or it turns into October and I move into my new Stalogy, I can just transfer this over instead of rewriting this again. So when I was showing this the other day on my Instagram, I had a question from someone about my future log. Like, where is your future log? Well, just like I said, I hate rewriting things that are unnecessary. So let me see if I can pull this out. These are the clear sticky notes that I use. Oh, where am I? Okay. From Office Max that I use my weekly tracker. But anyway, so my future log looks like this right now, and next year it will probably look the same. So when I printed out the monthlies that I stuck in my Stalogy here, I printed out future months for the rest of 2021, and this is what I'm using as my future log. So since I only put timed events on my monthlies, they will go on here. And then, so when it becomes October and I move into my new Stalogy, I can just take this with me. And if I want, I could use this and stick it onto the page as my monthly, or I could print another one and do a little bit cleaner version. But this prevents me from having to use pages in the front of my Stalogy for a future log that will then just get transferred to the next book. Like, it just didn't seem efficient, or I don't know, I don't even know the word, but like, I hate rewriting things that don't need to be rewritten. So here we go. We don't have to rewrite anything. We just fold it up and put it in the next book. And I'm gonna do this next year too. I'm gonna print out, so my first Stalogy will be January, February, March. I will print out the rest of the year. That'll be my future log, and then it'll go into the second book with me, and the remaining ones will go into the third book and fourth book, things like that. I think I saw this on someone's YouTube one time, and then like it just clicked for me a few weeks ago, like loose leaf is the way to go, because it'll save me a lot of time and effort rewriting things in future books. I do use, oh, this is the invitation to my niece's bridal shower. I do use a Lauren Phelps design pencil board, and I use this, like, I don't write on it like some girls that I know, they put it under their pages to then write on. I don't do that, because like I use this ballpoint pen, and it just, I like the cushiness of the paper underneath the other paper, so it doesn't work. But I do use this for when I'm doing washi, to rip it. I probably should just get a little card, like a credit card that I've seen, but this works for now. I really don't use that for anything else, so I probably really should get a credit card size one. I think that's it. I am highlighting my to-dos that are done with the Tombow. Let's see if I can get it up there. 761. I like how soft it is. It's not too bright. It's not too clashy with this washi that I really like. So let's see. I think that's it. But I have moved away from the weeks for good. And even though I said that I was going to make it work all year, it just was not enough room for me. So I really like the monthlies, but my printed monthlies and my B6 work too. So if I had a dream planner, it would be a B6 Stalogy with 4mm grid, but it would be pre-printed like the weeks, in the layout of the weeks. So it would have a yearly overview. It would have this yearly overview that I could track workouts on. It would have monthlies. It would have weeklies, but then it would have dailies too. So, and page or notes pages. And that would probably be a really, really thick planner because of how thick the Stalogy paper is. But this, I think, how I have this one set up is really gonna work. I really like how thin the half year is, and in all honesty, if I were to put everything into a B6 like the weeks, it would be too heavy, and cumbersome, I think, to carry around. So this size really works well. And as long as I have that loose leaf future log, I really shouldn't need to be planning anything too far into the future that I would even need like dailies or monthlies, that I couldn't just stick a sticky note in the front of here and say, hey, we're gonna move this to my next book that contains the next 3 months. So yeah, I really am liking this setup a lot. Hopefully it is not going to change in my next video, and you guys will just see an update or a flip and not a overhaul of what I've been doing. So here is to being not planner fickle the rest of the year. That's really it. You guys can follow me over on Instagram. I am at Carrie L Sunday Plans. That's about it. I hope you guys have a good rest of the July. If I don't have any videos before then, I do have a couple planned, but we'll just see kind of what my schedule allows. So have a good weekend. Bye.